What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't already checked it out, making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com and get signed up. Where you got picks from me, Daniel Chevelson, Meansy, all the greats over at RG and Scores and Odds. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected, plus where the best lines are for each of these individual props. Like we can see with Jason Tatum, over 3.5 3-pointers made is at plus 115 over on Caesars, and we project for 3.48. Plus, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. That is where I'm throwing in all these picks I have every single day right as I bet them. So you can still get in on the best odds before they move every single time because I know what I'm doing. If you are unaware, I know what I'm doing. I'm joined by someone who doesn't always know what he's doing. Daniel Chevelson, how you doing there?
You know, I woke up today and I wasn't really sure if today was going to be a good day or a bad day or somewhere in the middle. And then I saw in a sample size of one, but that's big enough for me. But in a sample size of one, there is the tout power rankings on Twitter. And all I know is that I am higher than you. And that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Brad's clearly got some something going on up there where he's not thinking clearly at this moment, which is weird because he put you above me, and yet I've went and gotten him very drunk before. Maybe that's why. Maybe I got
you guys went out in person.
Yeah, we've met in person at the 2016 Fantasy Aces Basketball Live Final, where I had the most entries in it, and I didn't get in the top 50% because Giannis decided to have one of the worst games of his career. And all I needed was like 40 points out of him. He got like 14. And
he wasn't Giannis yet in 2016. He was
still doing point Giannis. It was when him and Kemba were just on fire.
Kemba, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I got put Fantasy Aces out of business by the amount of Fireball that I drank during that trip. It was funny. I asked him, like, can we get a bottle of Fireball? And she's like, sorry, I can't do that. I'm like, all right, can I get 17 shots of Fireball and then a pint glass of ice? She's like, okay. I just grab it, pour, and then just started making everyone take Fireball shots. I think Rad Thad was there, made him take a few Fireball shots.
He's a good dude. He cracked the top 10 as well.
Yeah,
that's a good loophole, man. Well played there, Grant.
What's the loophole? Fireball?
Well, instead of saying, okay, you can't give me a bottle, give me 17 shots.
Yeah, well, it was also funny. Like in Utah, you can't order a double, but you can order a regular drink and a shot on the side, and you pour it in.
Oh. Is this part of a live final? This is you experiencing a vacation?
No, this is just Utah. Utah's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a whole avenue we can go with that, but I've never been. I hear it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, but their alcohol laws are just so ridiculous.
Well, I think they're dry on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
I think, yeah, they are dry on Sunday. You can't buy full, like, over 5% strength beer in grocery stores, but you can buy regular. Colorado used to be that way. Colorado used to only have like the maximum alcohol you could buy in grocery stores and gas stations was 3.2%, which is you're basically just getting hydrated.
I think when I lived in South Carolina, you can't buy alcohol. It's not in the grocery store. It's not available. I think that's one of the reasons. And also they shut it down like 11 o'clock. Every state's got their own thing, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, just all ridiculous laws. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about sports and betting and sports betting and whatnot. I've got some basketball. I've got a little bit of hockey, a little bit of baseball. We got some bets. Not a ton to love today for some reason. But we are back in the black here for the month of May. Started off down like 4K and clawing my way back, and now we're up a half unit with a 0.31% ROI. 0.4% since the beginning of April. Has not gone as well as I'd hoped, but I mean, after March, we're due for a bad little stretch because March I absolutely just crushed it with a 7% ROI. Although I still do have the Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup, which is for $1,750 here, and I'm going to an Avalanche game on Wednesday. Thank you, DraftKings. Super excited for it.
I'm in the midst of trying to go to the Heat game. We know how DK in DK's power rankings that you're much higher than I am because I'm waiting for maybe if 19 people cancel, maybe we'll get you tickets to the Miami Heat game in Game 5. And I'm like, yeah, it's on Wednesday. He's like, yeah, I know. So just stand by.
Gosh. So in on the sports betting site, DK has missions just like they do on another one. I
Yeah.
got a ridiculous one here. Let's see if I can pull it up. That I ended up doing because I'm a dummy and I'm a sucker for some good crowns. You know me, I love a
Do
good
it for the
crown.
crowns, man.
Well, yeah, I've got how many do I have? How many? What? I'll set the over under at 600,000 crowns tucked away. Do you think I have more or less than that?
I mean, game theory says it's over. I'm going to smash the over.
It is over. It's 659,000. But looking at my mission, absolutely ridiculous here. Let's zoom in on that.
I currently have a 264,000 crowns in DK.
Nice.
Is that I used to always cash them in until you told me, I don't know, a couple months back. You're like, why are you cashing them in? Save them for like Black Friday or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's why I used all mine on for Black Friday. So now I'm just accruing it until Black Friday, and then I can get like they put 40% off most things, so I can get like Super Bowl tickets by then. But place 10 parlays of $20 or more with 2+ legs and earn 8,000 crowns. So I literally just threw in 10 random parlays because I didn't want to have to deal with it.
Have they played out yet or not just yet?
No, they all played. I literally just I can show you my bets.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't sure it was live for tonight or if it's something like it's already happened.
No, I literally just put in 10 bets that some of them might not even be. Well, might be opposites. Yeah, like Phillies Tigers money line, Yankees Nationals money line, Giants Athletics money line, Mariners Diamondbacks money line, Houston Brewers money line. Just threw in everything for no apparent reason because I want those crowns.
How many is it? 8,000 crowns?
Yeah, 8,000. So realistically, $16.
That's what I thought. Like you're doing that. You respect, man.
I mean, it's a negative EV by about $3.
Okay, yeah.
But I was already pot committed because I did one, and I'm like, let's see if I can find anything else. And there wasn't many DK bets today. I had the Flames over 3.5 goals. I'm like, oh, that's a good bet over on DK. I'll parlay that with something else, and then I'm like, well, now I've got nothing. I didn't put one of my bets on here. I have, Heat first quarter money line.
Why the first quarter money line? Just why they're going to
plus 170 odds.
Okay, yeah,
that's just a bad line. And if you don't believe me, total. If you don't believe me, there it is right there. I got 300, win 810.
Why would I not believe you?
In case the people just wonder if I'm just throwing stuff out there, I bet it. I'm going to throw that in Grant's Action Lounge. I think
you built a reputation now to this point that nobody's really questioning. Like, well, that just sounds like he totally made that up.
Yeah. But yeah, the Heat first 170 is just a bad line. I get heroes out, but that's not really.
He wouldn't play a ton in the first quarter anyway.
He's not going to affect the first quarter money line. But plus 170, I mean, the Heat, yeah. I mean, they're not that much. They're probably, what is the line currently sitting at? Because I thought about betting the Heat.
I think it's like 6 or 7. What the whole weird thing is, I don't know if you watched the last game or not. My Miami Heat came out and spoke insane, awesome in the first half, and then out of nowhere, like Jimmy Butler, it's like, oh yeah, well, Jimmy Butler's not playing the second half. Like he's got a knee inflammation. It's like, okay, that seems weird. And like, Butler seems like the kind of guy that would grind it out if he had to. I'm not sure if they were up by 20, if that had anything to do with it, but apparently, supposedly it was the trainer's call. And then like as the game ended, essentially, Chris Haynes had a report that like Jimmy Butler on track to play game 4. It's like, well,
during the game, it was just so silly.
Yeah, honestly, I don't understand. Like, how will we? And of course, I don't think Spoelstra said like officially like he's on track because he's coaching the game or just in the locker room. The whole thing was just sort of weird. I like Miami's kind of baby's not the right word, managed their players all throughout the year, and then they've always had guys questionable, and many times they play. And regular season, who cares? Meaningless games essentially. Now tonight we have Hero not playing with his groin. He's going to be out. They're expecting Butler to play, on track to play as a Miami thing, as well as several other players from Miami. Jeez, is it Strus and Lowry and Tucker? Tucker was in an Aircast earlier today. I could see this game being ugly though, and I'm a Miami fan. I think Miami. I don't want to say they're content or happy with like 2-2 the split. Let's go back to Miami. 2 of the next 3 are home. Just control home court. We're good to go. But I don't hate the idea of Boston just thrashing them tonight.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but I'm more on the Miami Heat side. You want to do our movie bet? I'll take the Heat +7. So at least, I mean,
Where is it 7 or 6.5? Or what's the official number here?
7.
Yeah, I guess everybody else is thinking the same thing. Tatum was so bad last game, by the way. I think did you mention Tatum's name? I think you mentioned him. He was. You're talking about him pre-show as far as his threes. I think he was pretty rough.
Struggled. By the way,
Yeah.
how are the Warriors like +130 dogs yesterday?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess it was a do or die essentially for Dallas, right?
Yeah, I mean,
More or
still
less.
like it was not a.
They're +110. No, they're -110 next game. Wait,
They're minus
no,
minus
-104.
minus
I'm looking at it
105.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly might bet on the Warriors. I might bet on the Heat. What do you think? Should I bet on the Heat?
I mean, look, the odds at 250. You're talking about straight up to win or +7?
Straight up to win.
Uh,
I'm throwing 200 on that. I don't generally bet a ton of money lines, but I've done very well in the playoffs because people overreact every time.
I would be very surprised. Well, I mean, I'm kind of going the other way on it. I think Boston punches back, and if you watched that game, Miami had off the dome 19 steals. I think 19 steals, which is an insane number. Like 19 steals to 2. The turnovers for Boston were a lot, like 22, 23 or something like that. Boston had like maybe 20 more free throws or 15 more. It was such a weird game, and Miami had like at least 5 or 6, maybe 7, 8 more fouls. It was just an odd looking box score. I think Miami took a bunch of more shots. Of course, they were not taking as many free throws, some more shots. They also were stealing the ball a lot. Just a weird game. And Miami is, I mean, Hero's been rough. He's not playing tonight, but like he's a good offense guy, obviously. And when their closing lineup was kind of, well, they didn't have Butler, obviously.
Yeah.
But that really hurt them. It's like, where is the offense going to come from in this team? Who's going to force the action? They held on. They hit the threes when they needed to hit the threes. And I don't know. Again, I'm rooting for Miami in theory, but I think like alt lines on Boston aren't crazy.
Yeah, no, I went with the Heat money line because I like to party, and because you said that Boston's going to blow them out, so therefore I go Heat money line.
I'm not speaking that with like definitive confidence, but if you're going to force me to take a side, I think Boston punches back and wins this game by double digits.
Yeah, so let's go through some of my other basketball bets since we wasted a lot of time. I have Horford.
Time.
Not really wasted, but we haven't gotten to too many bets yet. Horford under 2.5 blocks plus steals at -150. I assume you have no take on that.
Al Horford, what now?
Under 2.5 blocks plus steals, -150. Yeah. Sure. Marcus Smart over 1.5 blocks plus steals, -140. Paying a lot of juice, but that one's an easy one.
I don't like the juice, but I think it hits.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown under 6.5 rebounds, +130 over at PointsBet. I think this line might be down already.
I do not have a take on that.
Jaylen Brown 3+ made threes at +270. That's tomorrow night.
Ooh.
But that's just a silly line.
You said Jaylen Brown, did you not?
Jalen Brunson, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but +270. So that's tomorrow night.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's already moved to like +210. Still don't hate it +210, but yeah, +270. I'm like, I hammer this immediately. But that's basically it. That's all my basketballs bets. You got anything, or you're not even betting basketball right now?
I mean, my take is that look, again, people like you guys got a skew is like I'm rooting for the Heat, obviously, but I don't feel great about Miami tonight, and I think they're not obviously just going to not try, but they would have certainly taken at the top of this like a 2-2 split heading back to Miami.
Yeah,
and doesn't mean they're not going to like go for the throat, but I don't know if they're well positioned to do that, and I don't anticipate them getting 19 steals tonight. I think Boston's going to correct some things.
Yeah, got some hockey bets. Again, got the Avalanche to win the cup. That's been going on for a while. Alexander Barkov over 3.5 shots on goal, +115 over at DK. Flames tomorrow night, I believe. That game is tomorrow night. Over 3.5 goals, +140 at DK. They limited me to 200 there. Darn.
You're too good at hockey.
Yeah, they give me hockey tickets, but they limit me on hockey.
That's been an exciting series from what I've seen as far as Calgary and Edmonton. Battle of Alberta.
Yeah. Daniel, question for you. Who's your favorite starting pitcher for DFS tonight? I haven't looked at DFS much at all.
I mean, it's, like the best one, and it's like really not close, is Garrett Cole. And I think you can make a good lineup around Garrett Cole, but like everybody else realizes that too, and he's going to be super heavily owned. So depending on where you're shopping, like Marco Gonzalez is kind of a cheap SP2, but he's also going to be reasonably owned, and he's not very good. But he's super, super cheap, and he's facing a terrible Oakland team. So it just kind of makes stuff work. If you're looking for a pivot, the two best pivots away from Cole are Zach Wheeler, coming off a phenomenal start, and Alex Cobb is the next guy in line.
Cobb is by far my favorite. Cobb is by far my favorite pitcher on the entire slate.
Yeah, so I saw you drop this on the Action Lounge. You're doing the ladder, right?
Yep. So we'll get to that right now. Cobb over 4.5 strikeouts, -126. I have it here at -127. Don't pay attention to that. That's because I bet the over 4.5 plus I bet the 5+ strikeouts just to get more money on the line. They're not giving me anything. 6+, 7+, 8+. Then we get $12.50. Their new thing, PointsBet does the same thing. They let me bet to win 100. That's what they let me bet.
Oh my god!
Any pitcher prop. It's a pain, but
the ladder stuff though tends to come out late, from what I've seen, like later in the day on like FanDuel and DK.
It does sometimes. It's not generally out early mornings.
Yeah. Cobb, the tricky part with him is they've kind of limited his pitch count.
But
he threw the most pitches. What?
Yeah, got up to 94 last game.
Well, he threw 92 last game, and like the encouraging part of him throwing 92 pitches, he was in the 6th inning and he got his face punched in. He gave up 7 earned runs. They let him get pummeled. So
he was also in Colorado. So
well, I'm just saying it was nice to see that, like, despite the fact he wasn't pitching well, they let him throw 92 pitches in the 6th inning. Meaning, if he is throwing well, I assume they'll let him go in the 90s again. Is kind of my thought process.
Yeah, same here. I mean, he's sitting at, like, take out Coors and he's sitting over a 30% strikeout rate. I get that the Mets just don't strike out a ton. Like, they have not been striking out much at all this season. I don't expect that to fully. They're due for some negative regression. But Cobb is good. Like, dude throws heat now. He's been much better this year. Like, increase in velocity. He's gotten super unlucky, so don't pay attention to the 5.13 ERA. He's sitting at 3.12 xFIP. He's been one of the best starters in the league.
Sierra's 2.55, even better.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And so I like the ladder. 4.5 is too low, so I'm doing 4.5, 6+, 7+, 8+. So I'm hitting all of them.
1.4% really, barrel, by the way. Basically, like, what is that? Like a barrel, 2 barrels all season, whatever. It's not a lot. He's been good, and obviously the ballpark's good too. And you're talking about the tricky part is the Mets are not striking out. You want to see Escobar in that lineup, and you want to see Dom Smith in that lineup, which I think you'll get both.
So it's interesting. Don't really pay attention to home road splits that often, but Alex Cobb, 4 games at home, 16 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts, 3.38 ERA. 2 games on the road, 9.2 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 9.31 ERA. Again, that's probably because on his road games, technically one was against the Mets, the team he's facing now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Colorado and this very Met team, for what it's worth.
Yeah, but Colorado was the one where it's like, yeah, this did not go well. But, I mean, he was throwing strikes in the Mets game. But, yeah,
only 60 pitches, by the way. I get 3 unearned runs, and I think it was his first start of the year where he wasn't really fully stretched out. So,
yeah,
I'm okay with it. I think it's a fun little ladder.
Well, his first start of the year, I think he got 10 strikeouts.
You're right. Against San Diego, that is correct. My bad. I missed one game, and then he dropped down to 60 pitches, which is odd. Maybe that was just one bad inning, and things just kind of fell apart. I don't recall, but
yeah.
Seems like I got a quick hook unless something weird happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, he's been building up. I think they were worried about him a little bit, and then 85 and 92 pitches the last 2 starts. I think that he's going to. Let's see what the bat has him projected for. 5.1 strikeouts and 93 pitches. So that makes me feel better with a max of 109. Yeah. Aaron asking in chat, Wheeler, 10 Ks is plus 680. He had 9 last time out. Is it worth a shot? Let me look at that.
Facing Atlanta.
Yeah, so I know that Luch is on Wheeler today. Let's look at his pick. I think
that's his team too, I believe, for what it's worth.
Yeah, he's running the ladder. It was all the way at 720, so now it's down to 680. But if Luch likes it, Luch is a smart dude. Luch is a smart dude.
There's some Ks in that lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, let's look at it.
And they'll let Wheeler go too.
Yeah, I wonder what the line is sitting at right now for Wheeler. But yeah, Wheeler got some good strikeouts going up against Atlanta. I mean, again, I don't know if I have a take on it. The lines moved pretty drastically.
What is the 50-50 number? Like you said, 10 is what is like 6.5? What's the
6.5?
I think that's what Cardi had earlier today, give or take, as far as his case. I was looking at it.
Let's see.
It's 5.9. And the lineup's not out yet. Things can change, obviously. Atlanta, pretty good hitters ballpark. Cole, by the way, at 8.25 against Baltimore.
Yeah, I saw that. That's just a massive number.
I don't know what to do with that because the numbers. Did you have a thought on Zach Greinke for strikeouts? What is it at? 2.5?
3.5.
It's 3.5.
Heavy juice on the over, or plus 130 on the over.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say the under is a good bet, but you got to lay a bunch.
Yeah. So what does Cardi have projected at?
Greinke, he's actually got him projected at 3.74. So if you trust him, that's a good bet according to the betting the over on Greinke.
I mean, I kind of want to bet it. I know that he hasn't struck out anyone, but such a low number. I feel like he's hit it a few times.
9.8% Ks in the season, 6.4% swinging strikes.
4, 4, and 3 in the last 3 outings. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm hitting Greinke over.
There are strikeouts in that Arizona lineup, like a lot.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to hit it.
I mean, we don't have the official lineup, the projected lineup, obviously, but yeah. I mean, it's just so bad this year. The 9.8% strikeouts is, it's brutal, man. Doesn't walk anybody.
Log back in. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty efficient. He's hitting the last 2. It's a good matchup. Logging back into my DK account. What do you think I should put on? I lowered my units on baseball because it hasn't gone well. But I like this bet.
I officially don't really have a take in this, but I will say that juice is pretty appealing.
I'm just going to do 300 to win 690 or pay 690.
If it pays 690, what would be your instant reaction? Would you have a verbal?
Nice.
There it is. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for.
All right. So we had a few bets during the show. That's good.
Anything interesting as far as homers or stolen bases? You find anything out there on that?
I don't have anything here. I hit Judge did a home run yesterday.
What were the odds?
Plus 240, and then I had a few of them in that Wrigley game. Unfortunately, there was like 11 home runs, and I only had 3 of the guys.
Rojas had like 4 or something, right?
Rojas had 3, and Peralta had 2, and I didn't bet either of them. Just seeing if there's any great bets going on right now. Not really seeing anything else.
Couple guys. Who did I like? I like Hunter Renfroe a little bit today for potential homer. Is he? We got a good 5-1 100. I don't mind that 5-1 100 Renfroe is not bad on points bet. Actually, if you look at our filters on scores and odds, and this isn't me like cheating and ahead looking early, but it's according to our projections, it's plus 372. So you're getting some plus 128 in a little bit of in your favor as far as the odds. Renfroe was somebody I liked earlier today, and I like some of the Mariners actually. They're kind of my sneaky DFS team today. The guy that they're facing has been super lucky as far as home on the fly ball stuff, and he's giving up
massive fly balls.
Yeah, over 50% fly balls. Have you looked in this as well, or?
I looked into a little bit. I'm with sports betting now. I'm pretty much rolling out one lineup every day for DFS, and I'm stacking Seattle Like the one thing I know is I'm stacking Seattle and I'm throwing Cobb in.
Interesting. Yeah. So, I thought like Eugenio Suarez, France, J-Rod. I don't know if they have any interesting numbers as far as, or if they are even listed. Is Julio Rodriguez a big enough player? He's got to have a number, right? What's his plus 660? Come on, man. J-Rod's going to hit one out. How about that? There you go. There's a bet for the people.
Yeah, all right. Plus 660.
You like it?
I mean, I don't know.
He's smashing the ball, by the way. If you look at the advanced, baseball savant stuff, he's top 5 percentile in exit velocity. Hard hit percentage.
I'm going to wait until the lineup comes out, just in case he's not in it, because FanDuel, I think, is one of those sites where they will. If he pinch hits, then I'm out of luck. Easy asking if it's still snowing out here. Nope, the snow's almost all melted. It's 50 degrees outside. I'm going golfing on Wednesday.
You're going golfing and going to the Avalanche game, man. You know, who lives a better life than you?
No one.
By the way, what was it I was looking at? I'm pulling up J-Rod for AL Rookie of the Year. I think it's kind of interesting.
What's the odds at?
Plus 330 last I saw it, which I thought, like, this guy's good. And there's not a lot of competition out there.
Yeah.
Let's pull it up real quick. You have a second or no?
Yeah, might as well.
I was looking at this weekend. Okay, so yeah, Jeremy Pena is the favorite at plus 250. It was good. I like him too. He's on a better team too. They're more likely to make the playoffs, yada yada. J-Rod, I think, is just better. He's gonna have better numbers at plus 330. Joe Ryan is 6-1. Witt 7.5-1. Rishman just got called up for Baltimore. He looks like he's legit, but he's stuck on Baltimore. Quan, forget it. That's not happening. That was a cute story, but like
Detmers
at 40-1, maybe.
Yeah.
He's a prospect. I don't know how much they're going to push him. There really is not a lot else. Miranda's sticking with he's been scuffling so far at Minnesota, but in theory, he's a guy that can turn it around. I don't know. Plus 330 for J-Rod, I thought was interesting. He's not going anywhere. He's playing every single day. And again,
I'm a Seattle fan. I think I have money on them to win the World Series because, I get free bets. I use them on futures, and that's one I like.
Who else would be in this? There's really nobody else unless somebody gets called up. Yeah. Torkelson is 17-1, but whatever. Some guys that might get called up. MJ Melendez, I like a little bit on Kansas City, but I don't think he's going to separate himself. And he's 60-1. I don't know. Just a thought. I was throwing it. I like Pena as well, but
yeah,
J-Rod looks really good. He looks legit. I've watched a lot of his at bats. Just like he looks like he's going to be awesome. Obviously, he's not there just yet. He's not a complete project, but he's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, well, Dino, it's been fun. We got to get out of here. I got to go to Costco. Delicious Costco.
Got to eat some samples?
I don't generally eat too many samples, but if something catches my fancy, I'll throw it in my mouth.
You got to get your pot stickers. That's what's going on, right?
No, I have a huge supply of pot stickers. And I was there, so I have to load up.
Did I see that they finally rose the price for their hot dog?
No, that was a troll.
That was a troll. Okay, because I remember the founder, the guy who founded it, said, "No, under no circumstances, never will we raise."
Yeah, he was about ready to fight someone.
Oh, okay, that's interesting because I felt like I didn't go exploring. I just assumed I didn't assume, but why would somebody make that up? Well, I guess there are motivations for everything.
Because it got so many blue check. It was beautiful.
But then there's idiots like me who just why do I have to fact check everything? But it's like $1.50, right? They lose money on that, the soda and the all beef hot dog, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun, Daniel.
Good talk, right?
We're out of here.
You checked out emotionally 4 minutes ago.
Yep.